I am disappointed. I am saddened. But somehow in the back of my mind, being a Dallas Cowboy fan for as long as I have been, somehow I felt like this shit was coming. I felt like this was one of those times that we had the big win last week. They're talking high about us. And that's what always scares me is we can't seem to, when the focus is they think the Dallas Cowboys have arrived, it's unfortunately when we seem to fail.
That's why we call it Cowboys choke season. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, Dingbat here. Hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. Welcome to another Cowboys choke season. As sure as December arrives, so does Cowboys choke season. And it's just beginning. We're just getting the first small taste, the first wave of choking by the Dallas Cowboys. What a beautiful, beautiful thing. This game, the Cowboys just choked, has huge, gigantic, enormous, humongous ramifications for the Philadelphia Eagles, and we're going to get into it in a second. But before we do that, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, hit that like button. More importantly, make sure you subscribe to the most censored, the most throttled Eagles content creator in all of the internet. If you've been subscribed for a while, thank you so much. And also, thank you to the almost 3,000 people that were in the stream tonight watching the Cowboys lose to the Buffalo Bills. And the ramifications for the Dallas Cowboys is enormous. It's gigantic, okay? First off, we got to congratulate the Philadelphia Eagles. They have officially clinched a playoff berth. With the 49ers winning, the Eagles have officially clinched a playoff berth. So we're in the playoffs. We're in the dance. We know this. The question is what seed are you going to be? The one seed you don't want to be is the 5th seed. Okay, that's the seed that you definitely don't want. You want it to be the 1 or 2 seed, preferably 1, but 2 has a nice, easy path to get to the championship game in itself. But the Philadelphia Eagles clinch a playoff spot. And what's crazy is this whole day is nuts, right? You wake up and Sean Desai's no longer the defensive coordinator. And I'm like, I feel like this is going to save the Eagles season. And then all of a sudden, everything starts to be going good for us. Everything starts to go our way. The Dallas Cowboys took an absolute beating. An absolute 1,000% beating. It wasn't close. It wasn't the refs. It was a beating. Dak Prescott can kiss that MVP talk goodbye. Okay? It's not that he lost. It's the way he lost. He was horrible. Half of his yards came on the drive at garbage time. Why was he even in that late in the fourth quarter? To pad his stats. That's probably what it is. The dude literally could have thrown 7 interceptions today. Literally 7 interceptions. He was that bad. He was horrible. Okay, and the rest of the team was horrible too. We know how to beat the Cowboys. You got to run at them. We said that about the Eagles last week. Buffalo just simply did it. And look how they destroyed them. It was humongous. Gigantic win for the Buffalo Bills. Shout out to the Bills Mafia out there. Congratulations on that whooping. It feels good, I'm sure. And us Eagle fans, we're very, very happy about it. This game has huge ramifications for the Dallas Cowboys. Because while most people were buying into this whole view last week that the media wanted to promote that the Dallas Cowboys were somehow in the number 2 seed, it wasn't actual reality. The reality of the situation was that the only reason Dallas made a jump to the 2 seed was because the schedule hadn't played out yet. The Eagles, they basically own every tiebreaker over the Cowboys. The Eagles own the tiebreaker. So if the schedule would just play out and Dallas and the Eagles were tied, the Eagles would win the tiebreaker. And now, because the Cowboys lost today, they essentially made it so that the Eagles only have to win the final 3 games to win the division, regardless if the Eagles lose to Seattle or not. The Eagles could lose to Seattle and then win out the next 3 games, and they would still win the division. The Dallas Cowboys cannot catch the Eagles with the tiebreaker. The only way the Cowboys can win this division, they've got to win out, and they need the Eagles to lose 2 of the next 4 games. That's their only chance. That's very hard for me to think that it's going to happen. Now, it'll be interesting to see if the Eagles change their approach with Jalen Hurts. Like, do they look at this game now versus Seattle and go, well, listen, Dallas lost and it gave us an opening. We only need to concentrate on, let's just concentrate on our final 3. We'll try to win this, but let's try to win it with Marcus Mariota. Let's give Hurts a week of rest. Are they going to say that? Or are they going to say, let's go beat these bastards tomorrow, and let's go put Dallas in basically a stranglehold? Because if the Eagles go and beat Seattle, it's over. I mean, the chances that Dallas wins the division now is like slim to none, okay? And like I said, you want that number 1 seed or you want that 2 seed. Because the 1 seed, you get the bye week, and you get the NFC Championship game at home. The number 2 seed, you're playing the worst playoff wildcard team at home. Then you're playing the divisional round at home. That most likely was going to be Detroit. So the Eagles should have no problem winning 2 home games and putting themselves in the NFC Championship game. Now, if the 49ers can go out there and stumble against Baltimore, let's say Christmas Day next week, and the Eagles win, the Eagles could get that home field still. So it's all still out in front of us. It's all there, okay? But the Dallas Cowboys really screwed the pooch by going out and losing this game. You know why they lost, though? It's simple. You know why Dak Prescott stunk? It's simple. Do you know why this team was so bad? I'm going to tell you. Because they're chokers. This is what they do all the time. The Cowboys choke. Anytime you get into December football, anytime the Cowboys have a path forward to a higher seed or something good, they choke. They choke. Literally all week, all I heard from the Cowboy fans were, this is Buffalo, no problem. This is Buffalo. You got Mark Holmes. He's in such denial. He's like, well, you know what? I'm going to tell you what. Dak Prescott, he didn't have a great game, but he's still my MVP. He's still my MVP. And you know what? It's like, I'm not even going to talk about the refs and all the cheating that they're doing, because obviously the refs are cheating. And you know what? I'm not even going to acknowledge this game. It's a regular season game. This game doesn't matter. I'm not even going to pretend this game happens. I'm just going to ignore it. I'm perfectly fine. What planet are these people in? It's December football. You're trying to get home field advantages. You're trying to win divisions. And they're acting like the game didn't even exist. They're pathetic. They're lunatics. They're absolutely lunatics. You should be pissed off you lost. Not just that you lost, but you got beat down. You got beat down. How does a team like the Dallas Cowboys beat the Eagles last week? And I don't think the Eagles play good football. I think the Eagles have their own things going on. But how does a team like that win such a big game, put them in a situation where they have a legitimate chance to win a division, only to come out and play the way they did versus the Buffalo Bills? The Dallas Cowboys are exposed. The only way the Cowboys can win, they need home field advantage throughout the playoffs. They're not going to get it. They're not even going to get a home game in the playoffs because they lost this game. This game, they might probably not even going to beat Miami next week. You know what? Maybe if Hill's out, maybe if Waddle's out, maybe they allow. Even then, I don't think they can stop Mostert. I don't think they can stop the Miami Dolphins at all. Miami is going to whoop their butt. This is over. It's over. This division is going to be ours. At least the number 2 seed most likely is going to be ours. And the Eagles need to go down and play Seattle and take them out. Take Seattle out. Get yourself right, and let's go lock this division up. Let's lock this number 2 seed. At worst, let's lock it up and let's get ready to go. But man, Dallas, this is what they always do. And then, people think I'm joking during the season when I'm talking about it. This is every year. The Dallas Cowboys choke in December. They had a great opportunity. I mean, imagine if the Dallas Cowboys would have Cowboys beat the Bills today. All the pressure's on the Eagles. Because if the Eagles don't go out there and don't beat Seattle and Dallas would have beat Buffalo, Dallas is now in first place in the division. It's over. The Eagles can't catch them. It would have all changed. But instead, now Dallas gives us one more loss that we can have without losing the division, and they need us to lose the next 2 out of 4. It ain't going to happen. I don't think Dallas is beating Miami. I don't think Dallas is beating Detroit. And we're going to see if the Cowboy fans are going to acknowledge Dak Prescott is definitely not the MVP. And this is just a beautiful, beautiful day. I don't know what else to say. The Eagles are in the playoffs. The Eagles have a chance to really at least lock up the second seed. And now the Dallas Cowboys, they can't even find their own ass. They can't even find their own ass. They got their ass kicked. They got destroyed on every level. And I already hear them trying to blame the refs, trying to come up with these things. You're lost because you're not that good. That's the truth. You're not that good. You're not that good under pressure. Dak Prescott doesn't come back when he's down. And Dak Prescott isn't clutch. And he is not the MVP either. You can kiss that goodbye. But the Eagles, we got to take care of business. And I expect us to do that. What a beautiful day. I think I might have to go smoke a cigar. I'm definitely going to have some eggnog I wasn't planning on. Hell yes. Dallas Cowboys, you blew it again, and we'll take another division championship. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's how we vision, baby. We're all just living in it. Like I was saying, the Eagles could say, hey, you know what? The Cowboys lost today. We don't need to play Jalen Hurts tomorrow. Let him rest. All we have to do is win the final three. And they could totally win the final three and win the division. They could say that, but I don't think they should. I think the Philadelphia Eagles need to go in. They need to get Hurts playing. They need to go in and beat Seattle. If they do that, it's going to put a lot of pressure on the 49ers, and it's really going to put Dallas in a can't-win situation. And that's what we need to do. We need to go lock up this division as soon as humanly possible. With that said, Denzel Washington out.